Hello, and welcome to the Nfina-Cloud demonstration environment. In this video, I'll be giving a quick overview of this environment. This will cover the following topics: how the Nfina-Cloud organizes domains, accounts, and users, how we use a virtual private cloud to build networks, and lastly, how to spin up a virtual machine. In the Nfina-Cloud, user management starts with domains and accounts. At the top we have our demo domain. This usually represents an organization. Inside this demo domain, we can create accounts. The accounts represent the organization itself, subsets of an organization, or different departments. Here we already have an account defined under our domain. If I wanted to add another account, I will simply click Add Account and fill out the respective form. Let's click on our account here. On this page, you can view the settings of your account and the resources utilized. Within this account, we can define the users for the account. I'll click on View Users to see what users are associated with this account. Here I have a demo user defined. If I need to add another, I will simply click Add User and fill out the respective form. The Nfina-Cloud isolates resources between accounts automatically, so each tenant is secure and independent. Next, let's look at VPCs, or Virtual Private Clouds. This is the most advanced network configuration offered by Nfina-Cloud. A VPC is like a mini data center for each tenant. It gives them their own private, multi-tier network environment. Using a VPC, we can create many networks, which are known as network tiers. Another important networking tool in Nfina-Cloud is the virtual router. The virtual router is a lightweight virtual machine automatically created by Nfina-Cloud that acts as the network gateway for your environment. Let's create a VPC. Under Network, I will select VPC. I will then select Add VPC. Let's enter a name. You can optionally provide a brief description. Next, you must choose the zone where you want the VPC to be available. Next, you must specify the owner type. In our case, we will use an account. Next, we will pick our domain. Next, we will select our account. The CIDR field defines the CIDR range for all the network tiers within a VPC. This is known as the super CIDR. When you create a network tier, ensure that its CIDR is within the super CIDR value you enter here. I'll enter my network here. If you want to assign a special domain name, specify the DNS suffix here. This parameter is applied to all the network tiers within the VPC, meaning all of the network tiers you create in the VPC belong to the same DNS domain. If the parameter is not specified, a DNS domain name is generated automatically. If the administrator has configured multiple VPC offerings, select the one you want to use for this VPC. By definition, an offering is defined by the Nfina-Cloud administrator. An offering describes the feature set that is available to end users to use. Next, let us enter a DNS server that will be used by this VPC. I will just use Google's DNS server. Finally, we must choose a public address to use by the guest networks. If we do not populate this field, then a random address from the available pool of public addresses will be used. I will just let the pool assign a public address for me. I will then select OK to create my VPC. Now, let's create a network tier from this VPC. If I click on my VPC, I will be brought to this configuration page. I will click on Networks on the right-hand side. I will then click Add Network Tier. Let us run through this form. First, I will choose a name for this network tier. Next, I will select a network offering. I'll then choose the gateway for my network. Ensure that the gateway is within the super CIDR range that you specified while creating the VPC. Ensure this net mask is more restrictive than the super CIDR net mask as noted earlier. Next, you can specify an external ID of the network tier. I will leave this blank. Lastly, select the access control list to apply to the network tier. I will select the Deny All template for now. We can use ACLs to control traffic for each of our network tiers. I will then select OK to create my network tier. Great! Now we can see our new network tier. We will make use of this when we spin up a virtual machine shortly. Let's run through the public IP addresses and network ACLs. The menus responsible for VPN configuration will be covered in another video. First, I'll click the Public IP Addresses tab. Here we can see what public IP address was assigned to our VPC. If you wish, you can add new public IP by selecting the Acquire New IP on this page. Next, we will look at the network ACLs. Currently, 2 are defined by default. These are the default_allow and default_deny ACLs. If we want to add a new ACL, select Add Network ACL. Here, we will enter a name and a description if needed. I'll click OK to create my new ACL. Now, let's click on our new demo ACL. If you select ACL rules on the right, we will be able to add and remove policies as needed. Now, let's spin up a virtual machine. We will head to Compute and select Instances. Let's select Add Instance on the top. We will assign this instance to our domain and account. Next, we will choose which zone to assign this instance. Let's choose Zone 2. Next, the image. I will select an ISO and choose Windows Server 2022. The hypervisor we will use is the KVM hypervisor, so I will choose that option. The compute offering assigned lets us utilize a specific amount of hardware. I will choose 4 CPU cores and 10 GB of memory. Next, I will choose Custom Disk and specify 50 GB of space. Under Networks, we will choose the network tier we created earlier. I will skip the SSH key pairs for this example. Under the Advanced Settings, you can choose the boot type and boot mode as well as other features if needed. Lastly, I will pick a name for this virtual machine. I will then click Launch Instance to begin the deployment of this instance. Now we should be able to see our new virtual machine starting. Awesome! Looks like our virtual machine is ready. Let's click on the name of the virtual machine to open the Virtual Machine menu. Notice that the IP address of our new machine has been automatically allocated from our network tier. In this menu, you will be provided all necessary information about the instance. At the top right, we can see many tools that we can use to interact with the instance such as reboot, restart, attach an ISO, rename the instance, take a snapshot of the instance, and more. To access the console, click the button that resembles a command line prompt. Here we are able to interact and use our new virtual machine. That's a quick look at the Nfina-Cloud demo environment. Thank you for watching this video and have a great day.